Picture this. You're the biggest animal that has ever existed on planet Earth, bigger than any dinosaur, and you still spend half your life terrified, exhausted, and hunting for food in complete darkness. That's a whale for you. Let's get into it. You're born in warm, shallow water somewhere near the equator, already the size of a small car. Your mom pushes you to the surface within seconds because you need that first breath immediately, or you're done before you even started. You've got maybe 30 minutes to figure out how to swim, and the ocean isn't exactly patient with slow learners. A shark or an orcapod can show up any minute, and a newborn calf is an easy target if you can't keep pace. So, you nurse a lot. Your mom's milk is thick, almost like toothpaste, packed with so much fat that you gain hundreds of pounds a day. You don't have lips built for suckling normally, so she squirts the milk directly into your mouth while you both swim, which sounds impressive until you realize you're doing this without ever really stopping to rest properly. Within a few months, you're already migrating thousands of miles with the herd, and this is where things get rough. You're swimming next to your mother non-stop, no breaks, because falling behind means getting picked off. If a pod of orcas targets you, your mom will fight, but she's also trying to protect herself. And sometimes that's not enough. Baby whales get killed on these migrations constantly, and there's nothing dramatic or slow about it. It just happens. Breathing is where your life gets exhausting in a way most animals never deal with. You're a mammal. You need air, but you live in water, so every single breath you take for the rest of your life is a conscious decision. You can't just breathe on autopilot like a human sleeping at night. Your brain has to think about swimming to the surface, opening your blowhole, inhaling, closing it, and diving back down. Forget to do that, and you drown. So when you sleep, you can only shut down half your brain at a time. One side rests, while the other stays alert enough to keep you breathing and moving. You will never, not once in your entire life, get a full night of unconscious rest the way most animals do. As you grow, your body becomes an absolute unit. If you're a blue whale, you'll eventually weigh close to 200 tons, with a heart the size of a small car, and blood vessels wide enough for a child to crawl through. Sounds impressive until you realize how much food that body demands. You need to eat tons of tiny shrimp-like creatures every single day just to keep this machine running. So most of your life becomes an endless search for food, diving over and over, straining thousands of gallons of water through your mouth just to filter out enough krill to survive another day. The deeper you dive, the more your body gets crushed by pressure that would turn a human into paste. Your lungs collapse on purpose, your heart rate drops dramatically, and you shut down non-essential systems just to survive the trip down to where the food actually is. Some species dive over a mile deep chasing squid in total darkness, holding their breath for over an hour, running on nothing but stored oxygen in their blood and muscles. Imagine holding your breath for that long while, also hunting something that's actively trying not to be eaten. Even your size, the thing that should make you untouchable, comes with brutal downsides. You're too big to escape most threats quickly. Fishing nets don't care how massive you are. They just tangle around you, and you can drown slowly over hours or days if nobody's around to help. Ship strikes are constant. You're swimming through the same waters as massive cargo vessels that can't see you and won't stop, and a collision at that size never ends well for you. Your entire world is built on sound. You communicate across hundreds of miles using deep calls that travel through water better than anything travels through air. That's how you find mates, find family, find food. Except now, the ocean is filled with engine noise, sonar, and drilling that drowns out everything you rely on. Some whales have gone quiet in certain regions because the noise pollution got so bad that calling out stopped being worth the effort. You're the loudest animal on Earth, and sometimes you can't even be heard over a container ship. Growing up doesn't get easier either. As a young whale, you're constantly learning migration routes from your mother, memorizing feeding grounds that took generations to map out. If she dies before you learn the route, you might spend years lost, burning energy searching for food in places that don't have any. Whale knowledge is an instinct. It's taught generation to generation. And if that chain breaks, you're on your own figuring out an entire ocean. And even once you're fully grown, safety is relative. Orcas hunt in coordinated pods, specifically targeting whale calves and even adults in some regions, working together to separate you from your group. Getting old doesn't protect you either. Older whales slow down and slower whales become easier targets. If you happen to be a male sperm whale, your love life is its own nightmare. You spend most of your adult years alone in freezing deep water, only traveling to warmer breeding grounds occasionally, competing against other massive males in violent headbutting battles that can seriously injure or kill you, all for a shot at mating that might not even happen. So here you are, the largest animal on the planet, breathing on purpose your entire life, never fully sleeping, diving into crushing darkness for food, dodging ships and nets, relying on sound in an ocean that's getting louder and less forgiving every year, and raising your own calves through the exact same gauntlet you survived. Being a whale means being enormous, powerful, and somehow still constantly one bad day away from disaster. If this made you appreciate breathing without thinking about it, drop a like, subscribe for more of these, and tell me in the comments which animal deserves the next breakdown.